The Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show. Here we go.
What up, What up, though, y'all? Live and direct, the Boss of the Sauce is back. What up, fellas? Big Ragu, Florida. How's it going out there? What the weather's like? How you feeling today? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. First time in the actual home studio. Last couple weeks I was on beachside for remote shoots, but man, it feels good to be home. And this time next week, we will be in AC, Atlantic City. So yeah, I'll be on the road again. So will you. And hopefully, most of our gang will be with us. And I'm doing pretty good though. How's my boy Wine doing on the West Coast with you, my friend?
Oh, we're good over here, my guy. It's good to see you guys on a Friday. We usually do this on a Saturday, so it's a little change of pace. So it's exciting, though, because we've got some games we can talk about, or one game to talk about that's going to be in our contest now, so everyone in the chat knows. And excited to break this card down with you, man. It's always a blessing to be here with you guys, so I'm excited and ready to get to it.
Absolutely. Right here on the Boss and the Sauce Show, man. Let's give a little shout out to our guys in the chat. My man Ix Snizzle say, let's get it. Boss and the Sauce on a Friday night. Yes, sir. Let's see. Comic Rick, our dear friend, let's effing go. He says he's going to be out there in AC with us too, by the way.
Yes, he is.
And
yes, he is.
My man Winetime, of course, greeted the chat with a let's get it chat. So yeah, we need y'all help in the chat today, please. Okay? We need your help in the chat. Make sure you like and tell a friend, share if you can. Let's see if Fridays is our spot. You know what I'm saying? We want to see if maybe Fridays a better fit for us. There's a lot of shows going on Saturday morning. And oh my man, look at that. See what happens on Fridays? See what happens on Friday, guys?
Oh.
But technically they
get
say
the legend.
Friday.
We get the legend, Petey boy. What's happening in NYC?
Who also should see us out there in AC as well. My man Peter Loshak says he's gonna swing by. So we locked and loaded, man. We just waiting time day after day till we head out there and do our thing though. But yeah, help us out tonight, get these numbers up. Maybe we'll come on Friday for you guys. We're gonna rebroadcast in the morning. Of course, we're gonna have some clips and stuff. But y'all want to do biscuits and gravy first, or you want to bust these picks out real quick?
Keep it rolling, man. Keep it rolling.
Biscuits and gravy?
Let's do it.
Let's get into the biscuits and gravy, y'all. In case y'all don't know about biscuits and gravy, for those out there in the chat, this is the Westgate Super Bowl first college football contest, which is huge. And we are in that joint, okay? And we are biscuits and gravy in there. So come on down to the diner and get some of these biscuits and gravy.
Okay.
It's funny seeing that on a Friday night because normally we're having breakfast on a Saturday morning on the West Coast with you guys, so it's a little more appropriate. But hey, it's never eating breakfast is a good time any time of the day.
Yep. So I was saying that last week looked a little bit like this here. Wait, no, that's this week. Last week looked more like this. Okay, we had a decent night out. We were 4-2-1. That push into Iowa. If we could have got past that, that would have been great. But yes, we did get Pitt minus 22.5. UCLA was a loss for us. Virginia Tech was a loss for us. We also got the push with Iowa, but Colorado plus 23.5. USC and Baylor with the comeback, sweat in your hand at the towel victory came back. You know what I'm saying? So that was last week. This week, let's get it together, fellas. Yes, we got to get out there and get this thing together. Here's a little motivation. Let's put the women and kids in bed and let's go get dinner, fellas. And that's what we got to do right here. This week's pick, we got Cal plus 2.5, big ragu. A lot of stuff about this Cal game. A lot of guys are on Cal in this game right here, in all kinds of ways, money low and line and everything. Break it down for them. Let them know how we got the Cal.
Yeah, well, this game has got a kind of a different look to it. Both of these teams, believe it or not, have a very favorable schedule. I would say favorable, more so for Cal, because they don't have to play Clemson, they don't have to play Miami, they have to play Florida State, they don't have to play Georgia Tech or Notre Dame for that matter. So this team can kind of, I'm not going to say skate because anything can happen, but this is, they can get bowl eligible real early. You're looking at 8 wins possibly if they skip over, they get this game in the bank. They could be looking at 8-1, getting late in the season until they play like Louisville. So that this is a team that is very capable. The quarterback play, which I'm really really excited about for this team, JKS, right? Saga Palaute. I guess he's been another flying Hawaiian quarterback. That's a true freshman that's having great things happen. He had a great game against Oregon State. He passing wise, this team ranks 58th right now. They're averaging about 240 yards a game. Pretty good game at Oregon State. A little bit back, 20 for 30, 3 TDs, 75% completion rate. So Cal has got to mainly their big struggles is on third down for them, moving the chains. But, they have some big play capabilities. Minnesota, on the other hand, hey, they started out against Northwestern State. They had a real good defensive effort against Buffalo, only giving up 151 yards on the ground. But, they're going to try to Cal's definitely going to try to establish a run against this team. The main thing for me on this game here is the Minnesota travel spot. And I know, normally teams going west have more difficulty, but you're going to see a lot of this going forward in the Big Ten with these teams. And this game's at 10:30 at night tonight, right? So they're going to be up real late, these kids. And that, to me, that's an adjustment period. You talk about a short number. You talk about 2.5, 2 points now, probably 2 now. So some money's coming in on Cal, like you said. Minnesota is going to try to establish a run, but I give the edge here to Cal playing at home. To me, that's worth a field goal. And I'm probably thinking, it's basically a pick 'em game in my book. But, the home field, the late night start, that all is going to add in right now. So both of these teams, I say, are pretty equal in different ways. But, X's and O's are a pretty decent matchup. But I think the late night start for Minnesota, you talk about this team's going to be up past 1 o'clock in the morning, where they're used to being in bed probably about 9 o'clock Eastern time. So I think Cal kind of gets this on a schedule base, and I like the quarterback. I give a big edge, even though he's a true freshman. I like the quarterback here for Cal. We know Cal's put some big quarterbacks out in the past. This kid could be a special deal going forward.
Absolutely. And Wine, you agree with this Cal thing? I didn't actually cap the game. This is we cohesively put this together, but my man Wine has a little something on Cal too, right, Wine?
I didn't play this game yet. I'm gonna move on it though. But when Doc said that, I agreed with it because when I capped this game, I thought it was Cal. Cal's playing some good big time football. And Wilcox, man, I mean, he came this year kind of on the hot seat. The guy knows how to recruit. He knows how to bring big time ball players in there because they always seem to kind of transfer out. But a lot of the guys that stick around seem to have some success with his system. I like him as a head coach, and going to Cal, it's like Berkeley's a really hard school academically. So it's like not everyone can just go there. And he's building something over there, I feel like, and Cal is only getting better. Minnesota, though, I was kind of high on Minnesota going into this year, but this just seems like kind of a tough spot. Minnesota hasn't shown me anything on offense. And it's a new quarterback in there for Minnesota, too. This guy's a redshirt freshman that redshirted last year. He sat behind the guy that was there last year. I forgot what his name at the top of my head, but and he's supposed to know the offense, but they haven't looked too sharp yet. I know my guy Moose is on Minnesota, so opposite sides there, but I'm going to get to the window here on Cal before tomorrow for sure. This is a late time game, so that's why I haven't taken it yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough either way. It's not going to be an easy game for either team it's going to be one of them squeaker type games, I believe. If it's a blowout, I'd be totally surprised here. And I kind of almost lean towards the under a little bit here, even though it's 41.5. It could get over there. It might stay. It might stay, and I doubt it stays like in a real high 20s. I think I see low 20s to like teens 20 type finish here.
Absolutely. Moving on to the next pick is Purdue plus 20. It's actually up a little more right now, I believe. But this is USC struggled on the road right here. In the Big Ten last year, and they expecting all the West Coast teams to struggle on the road, even though they do have been having some fantabulous performances, but they ain't really played a team crying like this Purdue team. If you look at Barry Odom coming from UCLA, jumping over to this Purdue team, he's brought, and I was testing to see the first weeks, what did he bring with him? What about his coaching is so spectacular? And the thing is, he's very balanced. He coaches offense and defense well. So he's bringing the same thing over here to Purdue. USC is going to be on the road. They're going to be getting a different look than they normally get, judging from the last two opponents that they had. So Purdue is, I would say, a live dog right here in this game because USC is on the road. I mean, if they're that bad on the road, then they can go all the way down. But I do expect Purdue to cover. Anybody got something else on Purdue game?
I like Purdue. I think that they have a chance to stay within a couple scores of this ball game. Shout out to my kid I used to coach, Maxwell Barbie. He's on Purdue. He's a true freshman. Won't be playing this season. He's going to be redshirting, but shout out to him. This game, I like what Purdue's done in the last offseason. Barry Odom, and we know what he does when he goes to these programs. He turned UNLV into a successful program when he left there. He leaves places better where he comes into them, gets a good job at Purdue. He's bringing in a lot of his guys. It might take him some time. I don't think Purdue's going to win 7 or 8 games this season, but I think they're going to compete against some of these Big Ten teams, especially at home. The fan base has Barry Odom's back. If you guys have seen their home games, they've been getting sold out, and it's going to be a sellout crowd. We know USC is not really used to that. We know USC, these kids aren't really used to traveling across. I mean, we saw them struggle big time on the road last year, losing in all those one-score games were on the road against teams that they were favored against. I think Purdue can easily hang in this game. I think USC wins this game, absolutely. I think USC is a really good team. I think they have really 2 dynamic receivers in Lane and Mekhi Lemon. I like that they got the JUCO running back. That kid is an absolute stud over there, and they have a good quarterback in Jaden Maeva. At least Lincoln Riley, he didn't go after anyone in the portal. He kept him because he believes in him, and this is his year. So I like USC to win this game, but I think Purdue easily stays within 21. I got plus 21.5 on this, but what did we get on this, at 20?
Yeah, we got 20. We got a 20 early. This went up to 21.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually these contest numbers are pretty close to what they predict, which way the action's coming in, the line's going to be set. But don't forget, USC is a big market team, so naturally, they're probably getting a lot of that late steam coming in at the books to kind of push that number up. I'm a big fan of USC. I stood off of this. I know that you guys were on Purdue, and I don't have an argument there that, like, I'm going to kind of dip in and dip out with USC. I just love their schedule for them because I think, it's a very doable 10 win season for them. So and like you said, they'll probably win this game, but I'm not crazy about the number. But last week I was all over them. They were one of my favorite bets, and they kind of ran it up. So we're going to see that a lot with USC, as they develop and they play defense. The offense is going to be there. But, like you said, going into Indiana and playing this particular game in the middle part of the day, it's something that they're going to have to get used to doing, and they will acclimate and adjust. But Purdue is going to be one of those teams where last year, not so much. This year with Barry Odom, first year at home, that's the difference. If it was the other way around, USC would probably be 4 touchdowns at home. So today, I'm with you guys. I'll take the points.
That's right. Let's jump on into the Oregon game right here, which I like this play as well. Oregon, really fast team. Like, I'm looking in these first week. I'm looking for that team that look like they the ones that's going to be going the distance. And right now, Oregon looks like they're going to be going the distance. This would be a nice test for them. I think Oregon can definitely get over this number. They poked the bear last week, and Dan Lanning went crazy on him. So, he's got the media in his hand and everything. He got to keep doing it how he's doing it. So I think he doesn't have a problem running the score up, and I think this is a spot where he gets to run the score up.
Yeah, this is the only game I think I disagreed on. I'm on Northwestern, or I'm not on Northwestern. I wanted to be on Northwestern, but at the same time, Oregon, I mean, this team is so talented, and Dante Moore, he's just in the perfect situation right now. These offensive calls that they're calling for him, that like Will Stein and what Dan Lanning are doing over there right now, calling this offense, they are offensive gurus. It doesn't really matter who's even at the quarterback position, and we know Dante Moore can sling it. Watch out for number one receiver Moore over there, the true freshman. That kid is an absolute stud and will be getting drafted in the first round for 3 years. I didn't move on this game because of the fact that we have it in the contest, but I do think Oregon has the talent to put these guys here for sure. Is there a little bit of noise? Can you hear that?
Yeah, it's a little something scratchy, like paper or something. But yeah, I like that too. The Dante Moore, man, and Devin Dampier. I think those two may go the distance as far as Heisman and solid Heisman candidates right now. Because
Utah's going to the playoffs. They're going to win the Big 12.
Yeah, at this point in time, you got to look at the teams that's going to be winning 10 games plus. So I think those two are good high candidates right now. What you got on this one, Big Ragu?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious on this one myself. I like Oregon here. I think after that huge effort. I mean, I know that Lanning called the dogs off after they ran up about 63 points. It was an ugly game for Oak State last week. I mean, how do you come back off of that effort? Look for the look ahead game. I don't know who they got coming up next. I have to look at that, but I know this could be like a sandwich game for them. I know it's conference, but still, this could be a game where they just kind of take it. I'm not gonna say easy, but they just kind of stretch your legs out a little bit and get to a certain point of comfort and just kind of get players, keep them tuned up for another day. So this is a game that they should win easily, but like I say, it's a road game for them. They had 2 games at home. Now they go on the road here, so this is a game I'm going to take pause on. But I'm a huge fan of this team too. I hadn't picked early week, and it's almost like the books are begging you, because if you look at what they did last week, and Oak State, I think, is a better team than Northwestern, and they demolished them. I mean, why are they only hanging 27.5 here? So like, hey, that's 4 touchdowns, So, and that line's pretty much stood the same all week long. So it's a little fishy number here in my book.
I like that. Florida game right here. This is a big game right here. For the most part, I stayed off, but my guys right here are all on Florida with the LSU. I don't know. Well, it's just a matter of time for Brian Kelly shows the real Brian Kelly. But right now, he got the key to the city. I'm not gonna hold that game against him, because it was a little hungover type game. So I'm not gonna hold that game against him. And the quarterback over there is really well, and if they win 10 games, he's going to be in the Heisman conversation as well. But I stayed off for the most part, but I definitely support my guys. I see the Florida look. I mean, Napier back is against the wall. He got to bring out everything he know. But, he's going up against Brian Kelly, who can give you back everything that you're talking. So this one right here, I like to play, and I'm just going to roll with my guys and see how it goes out. But let me know how y'all got to that Florida plus 7.5.
Go ahead, Juan, kick it off.
Yeah, Florida coming off a really disappointing loss to an in-state rivalry in USF, probably a game that they had circled on their schedule for quite some time, and they went in there and took care of business. A lot of things came out about a week ago that DJ Lagway actually didn't play a lot during the summer, and during fall camp he was very limited up until the last couple practices. Didn't get a lot of time with the new offense. He got a new wide receiver in J. Michael Sturdivant. He coming over from UCLA, a guy that I thought is going to be an NFL wide receiver. He looks the part. They got to get him the ball at some way in this game. You just look at Florida from a talent standpoint. I mean, Billy Napier has recruited his absolute ass off in the state of Florida, and the kind of guys that he's bringing in there right now, people want to go to Florida right now. It's kind of crazy. Like, I don't know about now after the bad loss, but his backup is against the wall right now. This is a big time game. I like Florida. We're getting this many points. I like DJ Lagway. I think he's a stud. I think when you look at him, you're like, this is an NFL like this is the kind of guy you want as your NFL quarterback. Like this guy's got the stature and everything. He's just got to show it on the field. I think they're going to be able to hang tight in this game, if not win this game outright. Billy Napier knows his back is against the wall. If he can at least keep this game close, I don't think he will be fired. I don't think he'll be fired even if they get blown out. We'll see. But Billy Napier needs this game. He needs to at least make this competitive game. So that's why I'm on Florida plus the points. Take it away, Doc.
I love it. Love the breakdown. You know, everybody's calling for Napier's head. You know, we're 2 games in the season. They got a murderer's row schedule. They probably have one of the toughest schedules in the country, Florida. And when I looked at their schedule early on, and Napier, as hot as his seat has been, I said he might not make it through the year, but if he gets these key wins when they pop up, you know, that should kind of, I said, keep prolonging him throughout the season, you know, just to kind of keep the heat off his seat a little bit. But, you know, the USF thing, that was, you know, that was upended in the swamp. And I'm not going to say they were looking ahead towards LSU, but that's a time. I mean, you look at what USF has done. They took down 2 top 25 teams back to back, and they got Miami this week. So if they win today, maybe that loss isn't as bad as it looks on paper than it is in reality. But that being said, you know, going into Death Valley in the night time is a tough place to play. But Florida's had successes with LSU over the years, and then we know what our guy does at LSU in the big game. Sometimes he kind of drops the ball when you just think things are going good for him. But what LSU has done, their offense is still reaching, even though Nussmeier's been spectacular. You know, they haven't put the numbers up. The numbers haven't been there. And the same thing with Florida last week. They got in, they were moving the ball really well in the first half, and they equated to field goals. So you're not going to win football games kicking field goals. And LSU stepped up on the defensive side. Florida's been always solid defensively. So right now, I think the defenses on both of these teams are way ahead of the offenses. So I love the under here, guys. I know we got Florida, and Florida's right for the upset. So I think it is going to be a low scoring game. I think we see like low 20s here. The total set at like 48, 47. I think we see like a 23-20 type game here. I think Florida could possibly steal the game, but I do love the under, and I like Florida plus the points. This is a must-win game for Florida right now.
There it is, man. I must say this. I will know this Friday's kind of hot, man. We got Moose Money, Peter Loshak. We got Reed Hill, Dommy Gunn, Comic Rick, Ix Nizzle. I mean, Sports Scientific Jacobs in the house. Man, we just so many of them, man. Nasty Nate stopped by. Jimmy Collins in the building. Flea Mathis in the building. Skylar Vessa in the building. Oh, man, it keeps going on. And our guy, AT33NC is in the house, and he says the party barn is open. So it's party time, baby. But let's keep rolling, man. Next one, Arizona. This is going down now. It's going down right now. It's a contest play. It's going down now. K-State is leading 3-0, and Arizona has the ball. First quarter, 7 minutes, 42 seconds. What do we got on this one, fellas?
Take it away, Ragu. This isn't mine, I don't think.
Yeah, this is one of our contest plays, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So basically, I think the lean on here is kind of like almost not quite the same look as the Cal game, but we got a Kansas State team that's ultra talented, right? And they've kind of like fumbled around a little bit and kind of played a little tight. You know, trying to get off the snide. You know, they're sitting at 1-2 right now, 0-3 ATS. You know, and then Arizona's starting off hot. They're 2-0, a 2-0 ATS, but they're playing to the under. So I see more of it like a defensive scrum here. You know, we're probably looking at 54.5, which is a pretty decent sized number. But this is not a typical Kleiman team to start off the season. Usually, Chris Kleiman has his team, Chris, ready to go from jump. You know, a lot of disappointments. But here we go again. They played that game across the pond, and that has a negative effect. I've seen it happen with Florida State, and usually it takes a while for these teams to snap that funk out of them. So, and the way Arizona has been playing right now, they're playing pretty solid football. So, and they're playing, you know, playing at home. So I like the dog here, catching the small number, not a huge number. So that tells me, you know, it's going to be like a late type of. It's not going to be a blowout, just like the Cal game, but they're apt to pull up an upset here, and you might as well just take Arizona on the money line. I know the game has already started and they're losing. So hey, if you like Arizona,
They in the red zone though. Arizona's in the red zone.
Okay, there you go.
Third and 2 in the red zone.
Solid number, but hey, jump on Arizona money line right now.
There you go. There you go. You heard it right here first. Next up, this Georgia game. Now I looked at this Georgia game, and at first glance, I was like, man, Georgia offense is really kind of mid. Tennessee's defense is mid. Then on the other hand, Georgia's defense is good, and Tennessee offense has been good as well. So it was real tough tussle in here. But as I pulled back some layers, I was like, man, Kirby Smart has ruled Tennessee in his tenure right here. And I like that part of it. And a lot of people feel that it's time for Georgia to take a step up. I definitely don't see them losing in this one, but I think they get across the margin. I think they show you that they are playoff bound team this year. They did the same thing last year, kind of moved kind of slow in the beginning, but this one right here is one they want to go ahead and knock down. It's a conference opponent that they used to beat and all that kind of stuff. And nothing really mesmerizes me about Tennessee. Like if I felt like, okay, this was the Tennessee team that's gonna knock off Kirby Smart in his success versus his team, I would need to see something that kind of spells they're capable of doing it. And overall, this team doesn't show nothing like high impact that could go in here to make whoa Georgia. Size, coaching, all those different factors are gonna be determined in this game. Probably gonna be a slow pace under game.
Touchdown. Touchdown Wildcats, Arizona, 7-3. Sorry, boss.
Let's go. But yeah, that's what I feel about Georgia. I like the 3.5. I definitely got Georgia in a couple little money line spots and some parlays and exotic stuff. But yeah, for the contest, absolutely. We had to take one of the top, games of the week. And, this is the one I think is the strongest one out of all the top games of the week, taking Georgia in this spot right here.
Take it away, Juan.
Oh, I love Georgia here, guys. Love the dogs. Love the dogs. Biggest play of the week is on the Tennessee team total under 23.5, minus 120. Guys, what's Joey Aguilar going to do when he sees these physical specimens on the Georgia defensive line and these linebackers? This linebacking core in Georgia is one of the best in the SEC, which tells you they're one of the best in the nation as well. I mean, guys, Joey Aguilar faced Syracuse, probably the worst defense maybe in the Power 4 level, which is kind of crazy to say because Fran Brown was such a defensive-minded guy. But why did Kyle McCord lead the nation in passing yards last year? They were from behind in a lot of those games, and they came back. They just gave up a lot of points. And Joey Aguilar hasn't showed me anything, and I think we saw him at Appalachian State a year ago throw just as many interceptions as much touchdowns, it seemed like. I think he's going to be in trouble today. I think Georgia is going to easily take care of business today. They win this game. They go up 24-0, and they put their foot on the brake, and they slow this game down and run this game out. And Tennessee is going to have to be one-dimensional, and that's Joey Aguilar in the pocket. And I don't think he's very good at that. So give me Georgia. I think Georgia wins this game by a lot of points, and Tennessee doesn't score anything. Maybe score 13 to 15 points. We'll see.
Yeah, and that was for our guys out in the party barn. I know they're going to be on Georgia today. Our guys out there at the party barn.
Go dogs! Go dogs! This is my biggest play of the game. Yeah.
Behind the reasoning for you to hit that button. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of spice to what my guy Wine just told you about. So how about this word owned? OWNED. That's what Heupel's been by Kirby Smart. He's been owned by him. Okay. When Georgia goes to Neyland, they've scored 43, 41, and 38 points. You know what the team total on Georgia is? 27.5. You get to the window, you press the button on the team total Georgia over 27.5, and you go to the window and you collect your money. And double down, like my man Wine says, easy casher on the spread, 3.5. Double down on Georgia, team total and spread.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Let's keep it moving. Our last pick on here. Now, I'm going to be completely transparent with y'all. I goofed up the pick, and we actually have New Mexico instead of New Mexico State. Rookie mistake. So what? So what? We do this. Some of the best things like chicken and waffles came from or what about the French dip sandwich? Somebody dropped the sandwich in the juice. Okay, so I don't have much to tell you about New Mexico, but I do have a little something on New Mexico State. So New Mexico State in this one, they're going up against Sonny Crumby. He's definitely on the hot seat. He's in his 4th year, right? Y'all know how I feel about 4th-year coaches, and he's only returning 6 on offense, 3 on defense, which is far from what I like to see in 4th-year coaches. Tony Sanchez, on the other hand, he's on his 2nd year. He's returning 5 on offense, 4 on defense, and he brings in a new OC, David Yoist, and he also brings in the transfer Logan Fife, who came from Fresno State in the Mountain West, who I am familiar with, and he was a hometown hero back in the day. He kind of reminds me of Pavia because he's a small guy. You got to roll out to get the ball out and all that, but he's a gamer, and in college football, gamers, they go far. Look at Pavia right now. But Louisiana Tech did play some defense against LSU, but maybe a little hangover from the LSU game. But this New Mexico team is also 2-0 going into this game, and the offense has showed that they've stepped up a little bit in this game right here. I love New Mexico State, and I also like to sprinkle a little bit on the money line because I think they can shock the world and turn it around right here.
I wish I could touch on it, boss. I didn't really cap that game though, unfortunately.
I don't have anything on it, my friend.
Yeah, that was just a tickle from the boss. Okay, that was just a tickle from the boss.
We'll talk about our contest pick here coming up after this, right?
Yeah, the real contest pick, UCLA and New Mexico. That's gonna be fun. But that's our biscuits and gravy section right here for you. You see the picks right there. If you're reviewing this, write them down, take a picture. Watch how we do this Arizona game tonight. And this week, since the last week we did 4-2-1, this week right here, it places us at the table. Let's go. We got to bust it down. We got to get at least 5 this week going into this. Before we move on to our other bets and why our guy is in the chat, my man, NC 33, pick of the week, y'all.
Oh, come on!
Okay.
That's good.
Nicely
There you
done.
go.
Nicely
UMass over.
That team made me so much money last year. Iowa team total overs. They kept hanging them low 20s on them. They kept smashing 27, 28, 30. You know what? I like it because you know what the team total in Iowa today was? I think when I looked at it, it was like 30, 31 and a half.
30, I think it's 35 and a half.
35 and a half. Oh,
no, that's the spread. Sorry, that's the spread. Apologize.
Offensive juggernaut in one season, all of a sudden, Iowa, right?
Yeah. Let's go into our on the clock picks right here. We're gonna keep it to our 1 minute. Shout out to our guy Damon just put up in the chat, man. But we're gonna go with our 1 minute picks right here. So we're gonna jump in the box. Here's the first one right here. This is Memphis and Troy. This is me right here in 60 seconds. Let's go. So Memphis, I've been on Memphis all year. I've been cashing with Memphis. I mean, I've said it earlier in the year that Memphis is now backed by FedEx, who's putting those dollars to them NL money. So they have athletes that's really high grade athletes over there at Memphis, and it's their job to come out here and win at some point. They should win the conference every year with the type of support that they have. They're playing the Troy team. Nothing about this Troy team tells me to take the 3 points. As a matter of fact, to me, I thought the line should have been -7, 6.5, maybe even 7.5. So I love Memphis in this spot right here on this game. And that's all I can really tell you about it. It's a continuous play of a team that's been doing well. My thing right now is to find these teams that's going to be on the road and ride the wave, baby. Memphis -3.5. Next up, oh, hold on, let me let that die out.
That's pretty good.
We got Oregon and Northwestern. Both of y'all got a little something on this one, right?
Yeah,
Or just you, Juan?
Well, I mean, not honestly. I didn't make Northwestern official because of our contest pick, so I didn't.
Oh, so this all you right here, Big Ragu?
Oh man, yeah. Well, I'm a Lanning fan. Like I say, that was one of my plays early in the week. So I mean, we kind of hit this one up already in our breakdown of the for the contest. But I mean, what can you say about this team? This team's on a mission. They might be if not the best. Sorry, Ohio State. I love Ohio State and the Big Ten, and like I said, I was all over them against Texas, but probably 1A and 1B is Oregon in my book. So maybe Ohio State plays a little tougher defense, but Oregon stepping their game up big time in a big way. I know it's kind of a sleepy game for them, but like I say, the books, I think they got open arms on this one, begging you to lay the 4 touchdown, 27.5. They figured 4 touchdowns get you to the window and get your money. So at first it was a lean for me, but since we made an official play, I'm going to roll with it. I'm going on my gut, and I think until Oregon, takes their foot off the gas, and that's when I'll reevaluate their away game. So give me Oregon to lay the 27.5.
You want a minute to speak your piece, Wine?
No, I'm not going to move on the game. I'll be
right,
good.
Let's keep it rolling. We talked about this game already. I kind of pretty much gave all my insight on this one. Anybody got anything to add to this one? I think I got yeah.
Yeah, you guys know how you guys. Yeah, we all kind of hit this game hard. This is the consensus pick right here, guys. Is Jordan.
Let's keep it moving then. Let's go over to the next one. This one I don't have. Whose pick is this?
That's gotta be Wine.
Me.
Let's go, Wine. Lock it up in the box. You got 1 minute. Arkansas, Mississippi. Let us know what's going down.
Yeah, you guys know me over the last couple of years. I've kind of been a Lane Kiffin kind of guy. I just kind of believe in what he does. I think he's a good coach and all that. But this year, I don't really – I mean, he hit the portal head on as he always does, but he didn't really get a quarterback. He went with Simmons, who I was a little bit surprised that I thought he could have gotten a lot better quarterback in the transfer portal, and he didn't really do that, which makes me think he believes in this kid. At the same time, you got Taylon Green over here and Sam Pittman and this offense over here in Arkansas. They're going on the road to Ole Miss. I get it. It's going to be a road game in the SEC. But I feel like in the SEC, a lot of these teams are a lot closer than we think. And I think Arkansas, Taylon Green can cause some problems for this Mississippi defense. The Mississippi defensive line is not what they were last year. Last year, they got 10 wins because of their defense. I mean, Jackson Dart wasn't even anything that special other than like the outside conference games where his numbers were video game numbers. Outside of that, not much. I think Arkansas +7.5, +7, whatever you can get at Arkansas.
Yeah, that number's been dropping. A lot of sharp action.
Yeah, it was like 9.5. So I got the worst end of it. It is what it is. I think Arkansas can still win.
Touchdown, you're good to go.
There it is. There, write it down. Take a picture. Next game up, Florida and LSU. Anybody got anything else they want to add to this game and lock it in the box?
Yeah, we already talked this one. I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep it rolling. There's a big game right here. This is not my game, y'all. Actually, I'm on Notre Dame punishment. I should have did my fan bet the first game just to walk my way into the season. Now I'm already behind. I'm not gonna chase that by being biased and pressing my line against Notre Dame. I'm gonna let this one slide. I was gonna be a big boy and leave this game alone, watch it, and have fun for the most part. So I don't have much to. I'm not putting much on it, but this is an interesting game. Notre Dame at home. I mean, it's bounce back time. Freeman doesn't just beat people; he beats people by margin. And this is a game where they can beat you. They got a couple injuries going on over there in Texas A&M. This is going to be a fight in the trenches. Even though Notre Dame, didn't look, they had a whole week off for this. They went over every mistake they made in the first game to lose and going in this one. And the first game, I think that they put too much emphasis on C.J. Carr trying to limit what he did and what he didn't do, whatever. Now they had a week off. Now they got some confidence in him, so they're going to unleash him. So either he's going to do really well or he's going to fail and we're going to lose. But I don't think the number really has much to do with it when you're going against Freeman right here. Even if you're on Texas A&M, you're never safe with 6.5, 7.5, because for some reason it's different than Notre Dame's tradition. Freeman likes to run it up a little bit, and usually does it on the road. I really expected him to do it last week, get the win on the road, but now he's at home. I think he's like what 9-1 or something at home. He has I guess it's since including the playoffs, it's since the Illinois game or whatever, Northern Illinois game. But yeah, they got to protect the house. He's going to be all motivated up. But why? Lock him up and tell him what's going on right here in this Notre Dame game.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Guns Picks in the chat. Appreciate you for stopping by. Yeah, I'm on Notre Dame. I got the -7 at plus 100. I could have got a 6.5. I said I don't want the 6.5. I want a 7. They're going to beat these guys by margin, guys. Listen, Texas A&M has struggled taking down these running backs in the backfield, struggled taking down quarterbacks. I'm just saying, guys, Notre Dame could potentially have the best running back in all of college football in Jeremiah Love. What's going to happen when they miss one tackle on this guy is that he's going to take it all the way to the end zone, and there's no one on that defense that's going to be able to keep up with him. You look at the defensive side of the football for Notre Dame, I think their corners are going to lock down these wide receivers from A&M. These guys have faced no one yet. They've got a lot of speedy guys over there, explosive players, but at the same time, you got to ask their quarterback to throw the ball downfield in this type of game. Are you going to expect Marcel Reed, to throw the ball downfield? Absolutely not. Notre Dame wins this game by 10-plus points. Marcus Freeman on a bye week with time to prepare is the best coach in all of college football. He's a better coach than Mike Elko. At the buzzer, let's go. Notre Dame -7.
Notre Dame -7. Keep it moving. We over here, Vanderbilt, South Carolina. This game, everybody's on this side, that side, this side, that guy. I couldn't touch it because of Pavia. Pavia is such a gamer. I don't care who he plays. He even gonna slither his way to the end zone. And he's a super duper senior. So he's probably 26, 27 or something. But yeah, I don't know. I'm off that game. But South Carolina played a beautiful game, week before last or whatever. But whose game is this right here?
Yours truly, brother. So they got I'm going to say they got a late cover, but they had an explosive late cover with 2 big plays last week in that Virginia Tech W. But hey, this is all about quarterback play in this game here. And like I said early in the season with South Carolina, their offense is going to be – they're going to have to carry – the defense isn't as good as it's been past, so the offense has got to really, really step it up. And to be honest with you, Sellers has kind of got off to a little bit of a slow start. He's made some explosive plays, but overall as a whole, they have been having trouble moving the chains a little bit. And like you said, Pavia, he's all over the place on the field. He's going to make stuff happen. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. So now we're looking at 2 teams that want to go head to head. Both of, like I say, South Carolina's played to the unders, and Vandy has kind of played split on the overs. They're both Vandy's 2-0. Vandy's the team of the moment. South Carolina, these are probably 2 underrated teams in the SEC. They were a doormat team forever. Vandy, not so much anymore. With Clark Lee's got that program rolling, and I expect some fireworks in this game. Believe it or not, I think the total is the way to go here. I like South Carolina on the side. I think it's kind of bet down a little bit against them, but a lot of people taking Vandy, but I think over is more solid here. So I look for like in the mid 50s in this spot here, like a 28-24 type finish.
There it is there. Let's keep this show moving. This is the last game right here. I'm probably on this one by myself. This is B right here. Wyoming just popped out my eye. We said early in the season, I'm trying to stick to our capping early in the season and play it out throughout the season. And we said this will be the biggest bounce back. This guy is known for bouncing back. And he's been putting a good product on the field. Like I said, Heisman candidate Dampier on this team. And he's going against a Wyoming team who's known for their defense and all that. But guess what? Utah is known for their defense too. I don't see how Wyoming's really going to get the ball in the end zone. Maybe they will kick a couple kicks from far. Somehow they might slip one away. But I don't see Utah giving up the ball, allowing them to score on defense or anything like that. I think Utah runs away with this one, just like SC ran away last week. So I got Utah minus 23.5. I'm the only one on this one, right?
Oh yeah.
I believe so.
Leave that muddy stuff to us. But that's it. That's all of our main picks. We want to open it up to the chat right here. If y'all in the chat, y'all got some questions. Shout out to all of y'all that's still in here hanging with us. Dami Gun, Pete, Guns Picks. Who else is in here? My man Jimmy, Andrew G, Damon, Reed Hill, Nicholas Handy. Thank you for hanging out with us on this Friday. I don't know. I like the vibe on Friday. It's like I don't feel too rushed. I mean, I like a good show pace, but I don't feel too rushed.
Nice.
We get a chance to, talk a little because we go on and on sometimes about some games and we get a space to do that. And I like that. I like this Friday thing. This Friday vibe is kind of nice. What y'all think?
I like it. I mean, it works for me. It's totally up to you guys, though.
I'm good with anything, man.
So
I just love hanging out talking sports with you guys, so I'm good.
Exactly.
Pete speaks of Pitt and West Virginia. So
Yeah,
Pitt and West Virginia.
Yeah, there we go.
I wish he was on camera with us. I would ask him, want me to give you my opinion in Pitt? Because I kind of like Pitt here. I wonder what Pitt he likes. Did he put in the chat what he likes? I like Pitt. I like Pitt here, Pete. I do. I think I know last year, they won this game 38-34. West Virginia kind of stumbled out of the gate against Ohio early on, and they played Robert Morris, I believe. And Pitt's kind of, I would say, firing all cylinders, but Pitt is doing what they're doing. They always seem to be on their side of the conference, getting those early wins, but they shit the bed down the stretch. They started out hot, and I think they lost like their last 6 games or 5 or 6 games going down the stretch last year. So they're trying to get momentum. Eli Holston, I think he's outstanding. He can hit the deep ball. He keeps the chains moving. He's that guy, so I see kind of more the same here. I know Rich Rod is going to get that program up and running one day at West Virginia, maybe a little early on, but if we can get like a 7, I'd be a lot more happy at a 7.5, but I lean Pitt in this particular spot.
Oh man, I like the under in this game right here. I think Pitt is the more balanced team right now. West Virginia is big trouble on offense. 15% third down conversion rates. So I don't think they'll be getting the ball against in the end zone much. And Pittsburgh, they got a couple holes, a little Swiss cheese in the defense, just a little bit. But their offense is really strong, and they should lead this game. I don't see.
Throw the ball in Pitt, you could beat them. There's a lot of steam coming in on West Virginia, though. I know it's a sharper play. That it's kind of a square. I mean, it's tough in college football to go on these guys' homes in these rivalry games, and when you're laying more than a touchdown, like in this instance here. So that's a caution game for sure. But like I say, it's a lean, not so much a play for me.
Yeah, I like the under in this one. I say that unless West Virginia, so it's a rivalry game, it's going to be tough. Unless West Virginia shows us something. West Virginia got a little defense, but the offense is they got some stuff to work on. So I'm going to capitalize on that, and I took the under in that game right there. My man Pete said he liked under first half in that one.
Pete likes the under first half?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good one.
But any other questions from the chat, we welcome to answer them. But before we do that, let's take a little bit. This is probably going to be the last 1 or 2 times we get to do this. But since my man Dami Gun is in the chat, let's let Dami Gun lead the way.
How's everybody? This is Dami Gun for Who-Bangin Sports Talk, coming to you with a special announcement. We started thinking about it. It's been a good 10 years or so now since the whole sports betting, handicapping community joined forces with social media. What started out really with Twitter and YouTube, it's really grown the community into numbers I've never thought we'd see. Then with the addition of IG and TikTok, it has really expanded. And we decided, we've had plenty of trips, plenty of get-togethers with our same friends, with our same members of different channels that we hang with. We decided, let's do a bigger one this year. Let's invite all the channels, all the sports bettors that are listening to this promotion. Let us open it up. If you think about it, we're all from different parts of the country. We all have different beliefs. We all root for different teams. We all bet differently. But the one thing we all have in common is we love sports. We love sports betting even more. And most we love taking money from that book. So join us this September, Thursday the 18th through Monday the 22nd on the boardwalk in Atlantic City for not only a sports betting meeting, not only a way to talk about sports and talk about handicapping it. and try to improve our game. But we also throw the legendary parties. We have different events that are going to be going on, live events, our live shows that if you like to participate in, you can. We're also going to be doing giveaways. We're going to be doing contests. More and more will be announced as it gets closer to September. And in true fashion, Who-Bangin style, no one's going home empty-handed. If you come for 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights, you're going home with something. We put together a commemorative gift bag just so you can, a remembrance for the first, and I say the first of many, annual Who-Bangin Sports Talk Extravaganza. So email me, and that's Dom, DOMRICI 57, the number is 57 at Gmail, and I'll answer any questions you have. Anything I can help you out with, I'll be glad to. But hopefully you guys could all make it, and hope to see you there.
It's a remembrance, like my man Dom said.
Remembrance.
You know what I'm saying?
How could you forget?
We're gonna be out there in AC having a good time. I'm already getting good vibes. Come Monday, I'm gonna be in vacation mode already. Ready to cash it up with y'all, man, when we get out there. Special announcement. We started, we do have our membership. If you guys want to join the membership of the Who-Bangin Sports Talk, but we're trying to do more things for the memberships. It's not that we want to be what we call touts or anything like that, but we want to give the people a little more of us. Some of our back channel stuff. You guys heard we got all these little chat groups and stuff, and we share pics and all that. So we're going to be sharing that with our members only now. So we got these members only pics go up every day. This was the Thursday night special. We didn't hit the first quarter, but we did the Green Bay for that one. And that's how they roll in, just like that. Every day we send you a couple pics like that on the YouTube network. So yeah, if y'all want to help us out a little bit, because it costs to make all this stuff and stay woke and all this stuff, but it helps out a little bit if y'all go ahead and join as members. And as we keep building it, Wham does members only shows. We got a lot of ideas for a lot of stuff, but we need you guys' help to come in with us, so we have somebody to do those stuff for. Me and Ix want to do some stuff with music. Wham does his reactions. We have all kinds of stuff going on, and we want to do some uncut live stuff where on the members only side we don't have to worry about the guidelines or nothing like that. We could just kind of let it all out and have some fun. But if you right in the right hand corner, you can click the little $ thing, and it'll lead you to where you need to go to sign up for that. We appreciate it. Thanks to all those people that have already signed up, because we have about 30, 40 members already. So we appreciate y'all that's already signed up. But anything else, guys, before we get up out of here? It's been 52 minutes. We still under an hour, and we got it all out.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Yeah.
I got a couple little small looks here I wanted to kind of possibly bring up. This is like getting back to my buddy in Georgia. Right down the street, Jimmy Vegas, a little school called Georgia Southern, taking on a team from Alabama called Jacksonville State.
I don't want to cut you off, Big Ragu, but shout out to our man Pete. Pete's a member.
Oh, that
Appreciate
boy,
you,
Petey.
Pete.
Come on. Did you expect anything else other than from
Exactly,
from the
man. Hey, he's a one of a kind. Peter Loshak is definitely a 1-in-1 in my book, and I love him dearly.
He's the reason we're all here today.
Absolutely, if it was a family tree, I'd be one of his kids. So
yeah, damn right.
That's just how it is. We appreciate you, Pete, and that's just the outstanding individual that he is. He gives back to the same people. It's all love. Y'all better come join this sports betting culture. It's huge. It's exciting. It's fun. And you get to make money at the same time. So appreciate you, Pete.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Big Ragu.
Jacksonville State line keeps dropping on that game. Georgia Southern's favored by 3 now, coming off two games out west, coming back to Statesboro. And I think Jacksonville State, even though they lose Rich Rod, we just got through talking about them going to West Virginia, there's still some pieces left there. They can still put points up. So I kind of like getting a short number, maybe money line sprinkle on Jacksonville State on that one. I might get to the window with that. And other than that, I ain't got shit.
I got, I love the craft of sports betting. I'm always trying different angles and different little methods and stuff. But yeah, in college basketball, I eat at certain times of the year. with a special number. I'm always looking for a special line that leads me to the promised land on a theory that I have. But I'm developing the line on college football. Games between, let's say, 12.5 to 14.5 have been the favorite has been winning a lot of those. I think last week it was like 4-2. The week before that it was like 4-1. We only got like 4 games like that. It was actually 3. This UCLA game started out pretty low, but it jumped up a little bit. We didn't go over the UCLA game. Why? You got
to they start
New Mexico.
Yeah, let's go, guys.
Yeah, you got to give them your breakdown on UCLA.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be right.
That's our UCLA expert.
I'm on the team total over 34.5 minus 110. It's mostly 35s now. Guys, why is UCLA's team total this high? It's for a reason. They're going to take care of business here. I think this is a perfect team for their offense to get right against. Nico, I mean, this kid's a talent. I mean, this kid's 6'6", 220. When you see him take off and run with it, he looks like Cam Newton if he was only about 30 pounds heavier. That's how, like, when he runs with the ball, how elite he can be with the ball in his hands. He's got to get the ball in the hands of his playmakers around him. It's a perfect spot to get right. Everyone's against UCLA in this game. Everyone's on New Mexico, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. One thing I will say is the Rose Bowl will not be packed. It's probably going to be about 30,000 people there, and it holds 110. School's still not in session, so that always kills UCLA in the beginning of the season with their fans because a lot of these people aren't in school yet, so they're not going to come out to the ball game, especially when they're 0-2. Give me the team total over. I think Tino Sinceri is going to put his foot on the gas. He's not going to stop. He's going to try to get as many offensive stats for these players as he can because these first 2 games, these guys are sitting around thinking like, wait, what are we doing? You know, like these running backs are getting 6 carries a game. You know, Nico's stats aren't that great. I think this is the game where they get right. Then they play Northwestern in 2 weeks after a bye week. So I think they get right here. I think UCLA takes care of business. At the same time, I kind of want New Mexico to cover so we can get it in the contest. Shout out to Razor Sharp Picks.
Hey, the contest is a marathon. You're allowed to mess up here and there, so we just got to keep the pedal
your
to the
breakdown is
metal.
going to be what it is. You know what I mean? And it makes sense what you're saying. You know, just if we keep Foster out of the way and let the offense run the offense.
Yeah,
let's go.
Hey, big shout out to one of my favorite members right here, my man Razor Sharp Picks, who is also a member, and he's going to be hanging out with us in 6 days. 6 days away, we're going to be hearing cash it as loud as we can all over the casinos. We're going to tear the place up in a nice gentleman type way, okay? But we're going to have some fun, definitely, out there in AC, man. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. One little comment about what Wine was saying about people going to the game. So they talked about that on the news this morning. They said that they were talking. There's 3 games in the area of the Rose Bowl, some big high school games, and they were talking about parking and all that. And then they were making it seem like it was going to be a lot of people at the UCLA game. And then my guy Henry DiCarlo was like, "Wait a minute, buddy. There's a huge UCLA banner in the end zone to cover up all the seats that they couldn't sell."
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that was just a little tidbit, man. We thank y'all for tapping in. We'll see how this Friday thing go, and you might see us on Saturday. Well, you're definitely gonna see us on Saturday next week because we're gonna be in AC. But after that, we may be on a Friday track. I kind of like it because I go to Vegas a lot, and I can get the show off. Like I'll be in Vegas tomorrow. So once again, all y'all out there in New Jersey, Philadelphia, anywhere near Atlantic City, come on down next weekend and hang out with us. We'll be near the Caesars and the Bally's. Just look for us, hit us up, email us, DM us, whatever you got to do. But we're going to get out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for joining us. We out.
The Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show. Here we go.